up and Friday up, and Sean Payton getting the win in his return to New Orleans. Emotional, I'm sure. Drew Brees, very emotional. We'll get into all of it. We have Broncos legend Chris Harris Jr. to talk about the Denver side and other big stories around the league. I will preview a huge Week 7 slate with Kevin Durant. Huge show. And the Texans go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. We have two of the key wide receivers from that matchup. We got Houston's Tank Dell. We got Green Bay's Christian Watson, both on the show. Mwah! Yes, for your fantasy needs. You want to put people in your lineup, go over and have some fun over at FanDuel Sportsbook. How'd you do on props? We hit the unders. Thursday nights are weebly wobbly. Like I said, we'll get to that with Gronk. We've got picks with Kevin Durant. Who wins said matchups? There's so much going on. And we have, like I said, K-makers, who's scoring touchdowns. Tank Dell is on the show. Christian Watson is on the show. Texans, Packers going at it. Last night, it all kicked off. Lucky week number 7. Lucky Sean Payton goes back to New Orleans, daps everybody up, saying hi to Miss B, saying hi to everyone. Cam Jordan, I'm sure, included. Broncos beat up on this Saints team that is injury plagued. Broncos move now to 4-3. What did I say? This team's going to the playoffs. Yes, they are, and they're in great position in the wobbly, weird AFC. Peyton had really nice moments on the field with his old franchise. We love to see it. There it is. There's the Cam Jordan. Oh, man, he was not happy. He had this one circled on the calendar. All of them did. He loves himself. Look at that. Loves Alvin Kamara. Oh, my gosh, amazing. We had the Saints Hall of Fame induction of Drew Brees. Congratulations to him. Had to be so cool for Sean to be a part of that, his family to be a part of that, his family in New Orleans, who has nothing but love and affection for. He made history. He became the 8th head coach, only the 8th head coach to beat all 32 teams. That is special. And here's what he had to say on the emotional night. I haven't heard this yet.
But it meant a lot because, there were a lot of, moments here. And you get a chance to see old players that are, that are here. And then to be with this team and this ownership group, it's the reason you miss it. The 1 year out, and you miss relationships, and you miss making memories.
I think he has so much love for New Orleans. There's some Hamilton. Not that I'm a manifester, but this is one of those, in 3 years am I talking about, I'm not put this out there, don't put this out there, but I'm just saying, there's a beauty to it, a real love, and sort of unfinished business, I think, that I'd like to see in a Hollywood movie somehow end differently. Kevin James doesn't need to play him, but we can. There's got to be there's a little something there. But for now, you got to be living your best life. If you're Sean Payton, you get the warm welcome, you get the hugs from Gail Benson, who's an absolute goat. I love her, and you get the win. You make history while you're doing it. You get to dap up Drew Brees. That's going to energize him for weeks to come. This is a team and a madman on a total mission. Very cool to see, huh?
Yeah, it really was. And it's, I love seeing him. We know how locked in he can be week to week. It was cool to see him soaking it all in and appreciating the moment. Obviously, getting the win allows you to do that a little bit more. But even before, as you said, he was at Brees' Hall of Fame induction. He stopped by that. So really, really cool moment. And it's really special what he's doing with this Broncos team, too, without a lot of household names and with a rookie quarterback at 4-3.
He's getting better every week. What else could we want, right? So let's look at Bo Nix. You're talking about this offense. They take another step forward. They struggled early on in the game, but, shaky start to the year doesn't matter. He's averaging just under 250 total yards per game, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception over his last 3 starts. He's using his legs a little bit more. I feel like he's gaining confidence. This, of course, a huge win. They wanted this one for coach. This is the culture that, Sean has set with this Broncos team. They're running the offense really well. And with the win, Bo Nix ties John Elway and Drew Lock for most wins by a rookie quarterback in Broncos history. So the defense, by the way, still continues to dominate. Outside of a late touchdown, they completely shut down the Saints. They rank 3rd in the league in scoring defense and 4th in total defense on the year. And while the Broncos are now tentatively in a wild card spot, as mentioned, this season's going to come down to the next month. Look at this as they had ahead of them. They got the Panthers next week. Then they go back-to-back on the road. Tough. Woof. Baltimore and KC. Tough. Build some. I mean, that's just gonna show you what kind of man this team is. And then they go back home to face the Falcons. So how good are you, Broncos? Great stretch, great start. Are you a playoff team? I say so. I said so before they got this win. They're currently, by the way, plus 176 to get into the postseason over on FanDuel Sportsbook. Bengals, Jets still getting shorter odds there, despite Denver having 2 more wins than both of them. So if you're a Broncos fan, you got to be pretty happy with this 4-3 start and what you're seeing out of Bo. Hammy, I'm going to get you in here before we go to the slate, and I'm going to put you on the spot, and maybe you can just get it for me in the break.
Okay.
What was the over-under total for the Broncos going into the year? Something really disrespectful. I'm going to say it was 6. Anybody have it back there? Maybe Katron can look it up. I think it might be 6, and they're at, like, if y'all had faith in the Broncos and Sean Payton and all the vibes we were putting out there from training camp before going into last 5.5.
5.5. Wow.
Isn't that insane? Is that not the most That's so disrespectful. That's almost like that's nutty. That is bananas. What?
It really is, and you can see, yeah. And remember the vibes there. They knew they had something. Remember Cortland Sutton?
Yeah. Beyond 5.5 that is absolutely bananas. So congratulations to the Broncos, and off to the playoffs likely you go. Let's look at this late, Hammy. Davante Adams, let's do this. Making his Jets debut Sunday Night Football, bright lights. They got Pittsburgh. It's in Pittsburgh. Love that. Jets are 1.5-point favorites. Okay. Amari Cooper, are we going to see him against the Titans with the Bills? Interesting. Buffalo 8.5-point faves in that one, I see. Okay. And the day, oh my gosh, it starts once again, 19,000 hours of football with Jags Patriots in London in the morning. We convinced FanDuel. Hamilton and I, we're here for you. We are 2 people for the people. We're finishing out the London games with 1 more early morning and 1 more profit boost token for everyone. Jags Patriots this week. We've been doing it the past 2 weeks. We love the international slate. We're giving all customers a 30% profit boost token to use on any same game parlay placed on the game that is 3 legs and plus 100 odds or longer. Yeah, I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. going over 54.5 receiving yards, definitely part of my parlay, okay? I want to know who you're rolling with. Let us know at Up and Adams Show, at Hey K Adams, whatever. And it's already up on FanDuel Sportsbook, so I think it's in the carousel. If you go to the app right now, you got to claim the boost, and then you sort of apply it like you would like a promo code. When you're buying ugly Christmas sweaters, like that's, and Halloween costumes. Like you just sort of do that same thing, and it's your wager, it's on you for another early NFL Sunday. Thank you to FanDuel for that. All right, let's do it. Without further ado, Hamilton is back with Hunt Time. There are 500 props. Here's what we do, and by we, I mean him. He goes and he sort of takes what I imagine, not even just the interesting ones, but the ones that are like ones people should maybe look at. We highlight the ones that are interesting for y'all out there to maybe play some wagers on and have some fun for the weekend. Okay, force me to make some picks. Let's do this. Oh, God.
All right, first up, a really interesting one. Saquon making his return to MetLife this weekend. I already know you think he's going to score a touchdown, so I want to know how many we're going to see from him. Let's bring up that full screen. Will it be 1, 2, or 3?
Eeks. 1 doesn't seem like enough. 3 seems aggressive, so I'm gonna go with, I feel like I'm in Goldilocks right now. The 2+ touchdowns is just right. Saquon, we know he feels a type of way about his exit. We know Sirianni loves a little petty. It's a little Tom Petty. We love that. They're coming to New York, so I think they're gonna get the ball in his hands in every way possible. 2 seems Goldilocks just right.
All right, next one, that big Lions-Vikings game we have coming up. Justin Jefferson's receiving line is...
Oh, in Minnesota.
It's in Minnesota. Justin Jefferson's receiving yards line is at 91.5 against that Lions secondary. What's your hunch, over or under?
You love me. You're giving me a gimme. This is so easy. It's clearly over. Smash the over. Listen, young Lions secondary, they played better last week. Justin, oh my God, he's so freaking good. It's him and everybody else. It's his world. He's averaging, I repeat, this is not... top. He's averaging median. Go back to algebra. Median, 185 yards per game against the Lions over the last 3 meetings. This is just like plug and play. No, I would never bet against him. And this is what Hamilton doing y'all a favor here, truly, and saying this is one that like should be blinking. Like this is one to take advantage of, and you should over.
Yeah, because you look at that 91.5, it looks aggressive, but averaging double that is insane. All right, last one, that Super Bowl rematch. What's your hunch on the first touchdown score between the Chiefs and Niners?
I can't believe we're here. We're ready in Week 7. This game is actually happening. Okay, yeah. We had Travis Kelce eating at the corner bar in New York, place where I really want to go. I can't wait to get my hands on some of they have these pizza pockets there. Him and Taylor were eating. I cannot wait to do that. They're on a bye. What does that mean? They're going to come back and win, right? He's going to have some terrifying, wild stuff drawn up. We've seen Worthy make some fun plays so far, big splashes. I think we see a touchdown from him early, a tone setter in this one. Who do you got?
Let's see that. I'm looking at George Kittle first in this. The Chiefs have had some issues against tight end. That's one I'm looking at. I don't think he's not even on the board here. Yeah, I'm looking at George Kittle early on.
All right, those are our picks. Who do you think wins this game?
I feel like the Chiefs have to lose sometime. I think this is the weekend. The Niners downplayed what this means to them. I really do think they're going to come out fired up. They have a mini bye as well after playing Thursday Night Football last week. I think the Niners get it done.
What would the record be for Andy then off a bye if they win? Absolutely not. Andy's winning this game. It's science.
I think it'd be 24-4 if they lose.
Look at you taking the upset special. Love that. Thank you so much, Hammy. We've been having so much fun. Those are some of our picks. Go over to FanDuel Sportsbook, and thank you to them for putting together, a parlay for this rematch. We're going to do that. Be on the lookout for that. We're still working on it, Hammy and I, so we'll get that out on the socials. And we've got more picks for you right now. We had Kevin Durant on the show yesterday. He hung out with Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams, but he is so dialed in. He knows the injury report. He knows the depth charts better than I can say. Depth chart. Jeez Louise. Take a listen. And without further ado, our FanDuel family's Kevin Durant's picks. I can't speak English. 6-3 last week. Picks for Week 7. Sunday slate. Lions, Vikings. NFC North is crazy. It's in Minnesota. Are you still confident in the Vikings offense? Let's start there.
Is that the game of the week? That sounds like the game of the week to me.
It's pretty good. Vikings 2.5-point favorites at home. Who gets the win?
Vikings.
Why?
They're at home. I think that's the only explanation I go is that they're at home because the Lions are playing incredible football right now.
Sam Darnold looked a little human last week.
No Aiden Hutchinson this week. Wishing him a healthy, speedy recovery. That was a tough injury to watch, but give me the Vikings.
All right, Texans, Packers. Ooh.
That's a good game.
Old stomping grounds for Adams and Rodgers.
Game.
Which quarterback has a bigger game, Stroud or Love?
Stroud has a bigger game, and I'm going to go with the Texans this game.
Chiefs-Niners, Super Bowl rematch. You picked against the Chiefs before their bye. Are you doubting Mahomes and Reed?
No, I'm not. I'm not doubting. No, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs this game. San Francisco's been struggling a little bit, and it's Pat Mahomes.
All right,
so give me Chiefs.
Chiefs 1.5-point underdogs. How about Seahawks, Falcons? Atlanta's won 3 straight. They look pretty good. Drake London was on our show this week. Do you think the offense has finally clicked?
Yeah, I think they found it. I think that night, Monday night when Kirk threw for 500 yards. I feel like they found some in that game with Pitts and all of their weapons. London, Bijan. They got some momentum, so give me the Falcons.
Falcons 3-point favorites. He's taking the Falcons, people. All right. Curious minds are wanting to know. Sunday night, Jets, Steelers. Davante Adams expected to play.
What number is Davante wearing now?
17. He took it from Malachi Corley.
Okay, I was about to say, I thought.
Do you think he has to write him a check?
He shouldn't have to. That's Davante. He's supposed to gladly get that up.
Does he get like a lifetime supply of Jordans? He's got the Jordan deal. Does he give him the Taco Bell card? I don't know. I don't know what happens. You would give him nothing?
Nah.
I think he probably gave him something. All right, who wins? Who do you like?
Come on. Jets.
Well, Russell Wilson.
Give me Jets. Russell Wilson, first game, he hadn't played all year. He's coming off an injury.
I love Russell Wilson. That's what I'm going to keep talking about right now. Okay, Jets are favored by 1.5 points on the road. You're picking your Jets. You've been so consistent about your love for Aaron Rodgers and all of that. That's amazing. Are we talking Commanders? Or are you not? Are we? Aren't we?
Commanders. We can talk Commanders the whole show.
Commanders. Panthers this week.
Give me the Commanders, man. What do you mean?
Would you like to give a reason why?
No reason. This is my favorite team.
Okay, great. How much do they win by?
8.
Okay.
7.
Last 7. Okay, last one for you. You're so hilarious. Number 1 ranked Texas. Let's go to college. But congrats, by the way. They won. I paid attention to it just for you, KD. Now they have number 5 ranked Georgia. Come into town. Texas favored by 4.5.
We're playing great football right now. Did you watch us last week in a rivalry game? Won by 30.
No, I watched you on the sidelines with Russell Westbrook. That's what I watched. I didn't watch any.
You just watched me the whole time.
All
right. It was great football up in Dallas last week where we won 34-3 against our rivals in the Red River rivalry. So I'm going my boys again, at home. It's game day coming to Austin, Texas. So I'm taking my boys.
All right. What thing? Oh, this thing? Yeah. Okay, let me get set for this. I need to. My pets' heads are falling off, Hamilton. Okay. Hey, Ham.
Yes. What is going on over there?
I don't know. Everything's a mess, as usual. You know Christine from Cincinnati?
Yeah.
She sent me. I can't move it, I don't think, because I don't want to mess it up. It is. Look what she sent me. She sent me an Up and Adams stadium tour. And you get to mark off with little footballs. I think, it's like literally like made out of wood and everything's carved into that. And we can we're gonna put it on set and leave it on set somewhere. Back there.
That's unbelievable.
It's gonna get, that Eberflus honey might have to go. Bengals keep losing, they're out of here. But I thought it was so cute. So Christine, thank you, we love you. One of our favorite people. Should we do this? I think it's gonna surprise people how many stadiums I haven't been to. I think it will. Levi's I've been to. That's fair. I've never been to Lumen Field. Have you?
No, I haven't.
I've never done that one. Allegiant we've been to for Super Bowl.
Yeah.
SoFi, of course, I've been to. Okay, we're good. We have to go to Lumen. Why? We gotta get with DK.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, that's a bucket list stadium for sure.
Hold on, I want to keep going. Empower Field we've been to. Wow, this is gonna fall. I think
Off to a pretty
Christine,
good
anyway,
start
this
here.
is very, very nice. Yeah, but here's where it gets messy. US Bank we've been to, Arrowhead we've been to. I have been to AT&T Stadium. I've never been to a Cowboys game though. How about that? I've never been to a Cowboys game.
We were there for the draft.
We were there for the draft. Really? But I went there for a Texas Tech bowl game.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. Yeah, but I went to, at AT&T Stadium, I went to a Texas Tech, Cliff Kingsbury.
Richard's being really strict here.
Why? I don't know. It doesn't have to be an NFL game.
I'm counting it.
US Bank. Wasn't that Justin Timberlake? Super Bowl?
Yeah, the Super Bowl.
Nope.
Yeah.
NRG.
Justin Timberlake or that.
Oh, no, what? NRG.
Eagles Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl 51.
Yeah.
Okay, so really, we have been disrespecting Seattle really epically here. Lambeau, of course. Oh, calm down.
Pretty much everything west of Mississippi except for Seattle.
I think I'm still shaking from the Baja Blast. This is very hard work for me to be doing. I don't know why I'm still shaking. Okay, yeah, we will. Christine, we love you.
Yeah. This is incredible. What an amazing gift.
It's a great gift for any football fan. Holidays?
Yeah.
Back on Up and Adams. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy Friday. DF, yes! Yes! Good guys on my lineup over on FanDuel. Quarterback, it's expensive. It's pricey. But we had a good week here, so we got the money to pay for Jayden Daniels. Yep. You're paying up, but why not? It's the Panthers. Matchups are weird for quarterbacks. We took a look at them. This is a short thing. You got to get it. How about Tony Pollard? Let's go! 7,100. Bills defense, though, they're allowing top 5 most points, most receiving yards to the running back spot. I like that, so I think total yards is a good option. Safe floor for Tony Pollard, and then gimme Jameson Williams, 6,500 against a Vikings defense that's allowed the 3rd most points to the wide receiver position this season. So gimme Jameson Williams, gimme Tony Pollard, gimme Jayden Daniels. I love these graphics. Court Chain, you are the man, and so is Matthew Hamilton. Let's go. smashing the asteroid known as an NFL quandary, a question. What's going on? Huge game this week, my friend. Lions, undefeated Vikings in Minnesota. On Monday, we talked about this Lions offense being even better than the top 500. They're better than last year. Why am I right? And what is the biggest difference that you're seeing on tape? And you know the Lions better than everybody.
Yeah, I think a huge part of it is that guy you just mentioned, Jameson Williams. He's taken a huge jump this year, and it's made this offense so much more explosive than it was a year ago. He's leading the league, averaging 22.8 yards per catch. That's 5 more than the next closest player. And the Lions as a whole have the 4th best passing offense with the 4th fewest passing attempts. So that's maximum efficiency. It's the play action play design from Ben Johnson that's elite. And Jared Goff is operating this thing at the highest level. Let's check out some of this tape here. Go back to that Cowboys game. There's Amon-Ra and Jameson with tight splits up there at the top of the screen. And even though Amon-Ra isn't filling up the stat sheet the way he did last year, he's still having a huge impact. You'll see he goes in motion here. He draws that nickel and man coverage. Everybody else is playing cover 3. So you're basically taking a man away from everybody else. They're going to clear out with verticals at the bottom of the screen and run Jameson on a crosser, on a shallow cross. And look at this. That gets him matched up on a linebacker. Goff sees it right away. He's going to get this ball out, just put it in space, let Jameson run to it, and then accelerate upfield for a 25-yard gain. Huge play on a short completion. We love to see that. And then let's go back to that Monday night Seahawks game where they were just on fire. Again, Amon-Ra at the top of the screen. He's going to go in motion. More play action that we're going to see from Detroit. Amon-Ra is going to run a post. Okay. You got deep crossers from Laporta and Jameson Williams. You see the play action draw those linebackers up. Tariq Woolen's in a bind here with 2 crossers coming into his zone. Jared Goff is going to anticipate it. Watch when he's releasing this ball. That ball is out of Goff's hand, and Laporta and Jameson haven't even crossed yet. That is peak confidence, peak execution from Jared Goff, and Williams is able to take this thing all the way in for the score. Goff is leading the league in yards off of play action, 155 more than the next closest guy, and the Lions have played 1 fewer game than most teams because they already had their bye. It's unbelievable. I know this Vikings defense has been really good this year, but they haven't seen an offense like this. I think the Lions get the win. I do.
You do?
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at like DVOA, you look at all things, Vikings defense is crazy good. I feel like this is going to be a Montgomery game. This is going to be a run-heavy situation. I would think that the Lions try to employ.
And the Lions do. They love to pound the rock, and that's what kind of helps set up this play action and make it so efficient. But I do think the Vikings, as you mentioned when you were going through Jameson, like as good as their defense has been, they've been susceptible to some wide receivers this year to giving up some big plays. So I do think there are going to be those opportunities for Jameson.
It is incredible that Gibbs and Montgomery both like top rushers in the top 25, well in, both getting their volume and helping out, like you're saying, with play action and loving all of that. Who has the momentum, though? Because you got the Lions coming off. Like, you took the Cowboys and you, like, dunked them, right? And then you have an undefeated Viking squad. They're playing at home. I don't know who. I think momentum is important in this one because everything matters in a divisional game. I don't know who has it. I don't know how to pick this game.
It's a good question. Coming off the bye for the Vikings, you wonder if that was, you don't want to have a bye when you're rolling like that at 5-0. I also love what Ben Johnson said this week. They were asking about running all the trick plays already. He's like, I got plenty more in the bag. I'm not worried about what we're showing on tape because we have a lot of things we can throw at you. So I think we're going to see even more wrinkles this week.
Did you see this Crosby bite?
Yes, I did.
I mean, the last thing we want to do, because we know he loves the Raiders. We know he's got allegiance and he's got the tattoo. But the way he answered that question, it left a door open, you know?
Yeah, that was for the first time, really, because he's kind of been adamant, like, I'm a Raider for life, all that. But, like, that was the first time we saw a little crack in the door.
I'm not going to say anything about it. Davante Adams might have something to say about it after they beat the Steelers on Sunday night. We're going to keep it in the NFC North. What do you guys think of this game? Let us know. Hammer, great job by you. Thanks for pointing out everything the offense is doing, and we'll see what the defense can do to, what did Luke say, make sacks happen or somehow manufacture sacks and pressure without Aiden Hutchinson. We also have a huge game, guys. It's Packers, the Texans, coming to Lambeau. Who's leaping into the stands? We sat down with receiver Christian Watson to talk about this big game, the ankle injury, his dad, Twitter doctors, his coach, his quarterback, decoy, everything right here from earlier this week. So thanks to the Packers and Christian.
Thanks for joining me.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
You had your first touchdown, which gave you your first Lambeau leap. As someone who will never get to experience what that would be like, can you just take me through the beats of what it is like to jump into those stands?
I mean, honestly, it's surreal. I mean, it feels like it's the first time every time you do it. The fans are crazy. I mean, as soon as you score, obviously the whole stadium is erupting. Everyone's calling you over. You kind of have to pick a spot. You got to make you got to make a few people sad when you don't go to their area. But I mean, the people that you do get around, it's crazy. Sometimes they don't even let you get out of there. But I mean, it's surreal. I honestly, I can't even explain what it's like to get in there. It's just, it's exciting.
Well, it's amazing. You got it in the second quarter, your second one of the year, first one at home, a beautiful 44-yard touchdown. And did you call your shot on this touchdown? Is that what I understand?
Yeah, no, yeah. So I mean, we had kind of seen how the safeties were playing the whole game up to that point, and they were just kind of letting me go over the top, and we knew if we could hold down the backside safety, it was going to be a touchdown. So we kind of just drew up the perfect play for it. So as soon as it was called, I knew we were scoring. I knew it was coming to me. So yeah, no, it was just one of those game time adjustments that just worked out perfectly.
We heard after the game that it wasn't even in the game plan, that play. LaFleur dials it up on the sideline. For you, what does it say about your coach?
I mean, it says a lot. I mean, anytime you're able to, kind of see how the defense is going and make adjustments on them and they work. I mean, that's big time. Coach is a really smart guy. I mean, he does that constantly. But I mean, a shot play like that, obviously, it's not always 100%. So just to have, that successful of a play, drawn up mid game is it's definitely, I mean, it's huge.
I just think it's incredible you were able to somehow score this touchdown and get into all the way up into that Lambeau leap situation with, a pulverized, bummed, broken, sprained, crazy ankle, says Twitter.
Yeah, no, honestly, I mean, I was right there with Twitter for a while. I wasn't really sure how it was going to be. I mean, it definitely was. I mean, obviously, I definitely dodged a bullet in terms of the significance of the injury, but it was still, something that, set me back a little bit. So honestly, I didn't think that I would be in the position that I was on Sunday, but, I was just blessed and, able to, get to the point where I felt like I could go out there and be me, obviously not 100%, but honestly, you're really never 100%, playing in this league. So I got to the point where I could go and, just win. Once the adrenaline kicks in, once the game gets going, you kind of forget about it anyway. So it's good to go.
I just get a kick out. My whole production staff was like, you got to ask about his dad. You got to ask about the podcast and about him going back and forth with the Twitter doctors. Like, it must be incredible to have that level of support from your parents.
Oh yeah, no, I know I'm gonna get and all of that all the time. My family is been with me 150%, since I started playing football when I was, 4 years old. So I know that, me being in the position that I'm in means a lot to them. So, that passion carries over to, when they want to, protect me and defend me, on Twitter. I try to tell them, every now and then, you don't always gotta, go back and forth with them, but, I mean, they're passionate people. They love me. So they're going to have some words when, things are getting tossed around. But It was funny that the guy didn't know that that was my dad. That was a funny one.
I don't even know what if you were me, because you're super intelligent, you're super self-aware. What question would you ask yourself about Jordan Love? Like, what should I ask you about Jordan Love? I don't want to ask has he progressed? He's crushing it, full weapons. What's he going to look like? We had D'Amico Ryan saying it's the best quarterback he's going to face. You guys have the Texans coming up. What question should I ask you about Jordan Love?
I mean, if it were me, I mean, the question I always ask myself is he going to continue to get better and better and better? And honestly, I mean, obviously, everyone's going to have, their ups and downs. I'm sure, there's plays that, he wished he could have back. And I mean, that's just part of the game. It's an imperfect game. But I mean, I think he continues to show me, every single week, every single day of practice, honestly, just, how good he can be and how, good he can potentially be in the future. I feel like he, there's things that he kind of does and, learns. I mean, it's really just his level of, understanding and his ability to learn. I mean, he kind of makes a mistake and, he kind of never lets that one happen again. So he just continues to get better and better. And, I'm asking myself that all the time. And he continues to do so. So I'm excited to see where he goes.
Mm-hmm. You have the Texans this week. Then you still have 2 games left against the Lions and Bears and 1 against the Vikings. Which one are you most looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to this week. I'm always, being where my feet are. And I'm excited for this week. Excited to play, a really good team, a really good defense, and honestly, I'm excited to wear the all-white uniforms too. I think it's gonna look fresh with the white out. So I'm definitely excited for this one coming up.
The all-white winter warning uniforms, they are happening this week. I'm so excited.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. I like some good swag. Put something together. I'm excited for to put them on.
I want to just say this about your defense, and I love that you said that your defense, that the offense is mad at them because they make you guys spend so much time on the field. I can't imagine in years past that being said. I think it's so incredible. Credit to Halfley to the pieces. Xavier McKinney comes on my show. He came on before week 3. He had 2 straight games with interceptions. He called a shot to get another week 3, and he delivered. What shot are we calling for you or for just the Packers this week? Back-to-back touchdown weeks for Christian?
I think so. I think so. I mean, I think that I'm a really big, momentum and energy guy, and kind of once I get into my swing, I like to, just take off and go with it. So, whatever it takes for us to win. But I'm excited to get back in the end zone for back-to-back weeks.
In your all-white winter warning uniforms, which we can't wait to see. I love that you brought that up, Christian. Thank you so much. Congrats on the success, and I'm just being such a great teammate. So fun to talk to you always.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Christian.
I'm a huge Christian Watson fan. I loved hearing that there's like a art of war. We're deciding when to leap,
Yeah.
You almost have to go out there like during the anthem, of course, paying homage to our great country, and then looking over and being like, where's my lane? Where am I going when I score a touchdown? You kind of have to do that. But I would be so scared to jump into like children. First of all,
That's
and I'd
true.
be like, how much do you lift? What do you lift, bro? Like, can you handle picking me up? I would also have such performance anxiety to do something like that. Oh my God, can you imagine?
Yeah. If you don't get up that wall, it's humiliating. And it's happened.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's keep going. Speaking of Lambeau, got Lambeau down. Okay, have we been to Lucas Oil? Of course, those beautiful glass panes. Nissan, I've not been to a game, but I've been to.
Yeah, I haven't been to a game there either.
But I've been
Been next to the stadium.
I've never been to a Titans game, for real. I've been to a concert up in there. I can't remember who. Okay, so we're not going to do that Caesar Superdome, of course. Hello. Where was the Mini Miracle? Why can't I think of that? Was it in New Orleans?
I think it was
in
in
Minnesota?
Minnesota. It was in, yeah.
Was it in Minnesota? I don't know why I was thinking I was at that game. So I have been to a game.
You don't know where you were?
No. But I was at that. I remember being at that game. Okay. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, obviously.
Yeah.
Gosh, we haven't been to Nissan. This is rough. Paycor, duh, Christine, big Bengals fan, hooday. We've been, we've ruled, we've conquered. I'd like to go back sometime this season. Wink, wink, Cincy. Ford Field, went to. Awkward encounter.
Yeah.
Pre-game with, I ate that elephant ear thing with Willie McGinnis. That was really fun. Saw Jane Slater, remember that. Hard Rock, Super Bowl, yes. Been there, done that. What am I missing here? Okay, let's skip over.
Raymond James.
I've never been to Cleveland Stadium.
Yeah.
I have not. Highmark, we've been to. My hands are shaking. What is going on? So you think I could Lambeau leap? I can't even put little footballs in a wooden thing. The link I've been to. We have to finish this by the end of the show.
You got to get to Tampa.
America.
You had that
M&T I've been to. Jimmy Seafood, I love you. Okay. Oh gosh. Hold on.
Yeah, that Jameis pick six game. You were all
Oh
over.
my gosh, that was horrible. I hated that day for 18 different reasons. Welcome back to the Up and Adam Show. Happy Friday. Ba, ba, ba. K-Maker time. It sounds crazy, but I know who's scoring touchdowns this week. I know on Sunday who is scoring touchdowns. In fact, David Montgomery, usually when I say he scores, he's going to score multiple ones. He has scored in 8 straight games, beating a Walter Payton record. Wild, minus 130. That's a nice return, all things considered. Vikings defense, very tough. I told you, they're running a lot. They're running more than anybody. He is going to score and keep it rolling. How about someone that we don't talk about enough on the show, someone who I love. He's very scary and wonderful. DK Metcalf, okay? He's talented, a squeaky wheel at the wide receiver spot. He hasn't scored in a while. He's going to get in for the first time since week 3 against the Falcons. And finally, this music is very, very chaotic. I feel like I should keep pace with it and talk really fast. George Kittle. He scored 2 last week. The Chiefs have given up the most catches to the tight end spot this season, plus 180? Plus 180? Let's go. Let's do this thing. These are the guys who I think will score touchdowns in week 7. And want to know why a lot of people are scoring touchdowns in the NFL these days? Let me move this over. Week in, week out. Can I tell you guys why? Because my next guest isn't on the field anymore. Because when he was in the NFL, roaming the field, nobody was scoring. He was taking the ball and running it back, okay? 3-time All-Pro corner. Yeah, that's right. You nod, Chris Harris Jr. Yeah, that was you. You were a member of the 2010s All-Decade team. You were with us. How are you? And congrats to the Broncos.
Doing good, doing good. How you doing today?
I'm really, really good. I want to get into this Denver team that is winners of a million straight. They're playoff bound, I think. Last night, 6 sacks, 10 points allowed. You played for Vance Joseph back in 2017, Chris. What are you seeing out there when you're watching these games in terms of how he's been able to transform this unit into a top 5D?
He's turned them into attacking defense. Right now, he's sending a lot of pressure. He sends guys from everywhere, the corners, the nickels, the safeties. Everybody gets a chance to blitz. And when you get a chance to get your name called, you want to make a play, and that's what everybody's doing. They had forced turnovers yesterday, able to get a lot of pressure on the rookie quarterback and really go down into a hostile environment and dominate them. So I'm really proud of the way they came out there and played today, or yesterday.
Playoff team, how far can they go?
Right now it's going to be tough. They got to get the second spot, and KC right now they're rolling undefeated. But that's a team they know they can beat. The Broncos I don't believe they're scared of the Chiefs anymore. So it's going to be a good matchup. The Chargers are actually they're very surprising. Yeah. I think Coach Harbaugh has made them very disciplined. They've cleaned up a lot of mistakes of which they've done in the past, and they found an identity. Running the football, play action with Herbert, and it's been working, playing solid defense. So it's pretty much a 3-headed race right there.
You got the Broncos helmet back of you. Of course, you're known as a legend there. You also did play for the Chargers. If you could right now finish the season, go back on the field and pick one of those 2 teams, Chargers or Broncos, where are you going?
Oh, I'll go to the Broncos right now because I know Vance Joseph's system. So I could go right in and play. I know all his system. I know his calls. I know exactly what they're doing out there. So it's easy for me to really watch their film and study them and see what they're doing because, it's a lot of the same stuff that when I played.
It's so funny that you're saying that because I think there's a narrative out there that Vance Joseph has evolved, that he's changed. Yeah. Do you see that or not at all?
No, I don't think he's changed. I think he's just getting better with his play calling, And,
okay.
And he has a great D-line with Zach Allen leading the way. And guys are just playing, making plays. A lot of times it's not really the players make the coaches. Guys just make the plays, right? You can call the same defense every time. And if guys don't make the plays, you're going to make the coach look bad. So right now they're making them look good. They're getting a lot of pressure. I don't think he's evolved because he was very aggressive. We blitzed a lot when he coached me. So I see him doing the exact same thing and continue to I think they're like one of the top teams in the league and getting pressure on quarterbacks. So if they can continue to do that, continue to run the football good like they did yesterday to help Bo Nix, it's going to be tough for them to be out.
I think maybe people are looking at Vance Joseph changing because he's doing it, the defense is doing it. These players, these aren't household names. Chris Harris Jr. isn't out there. Talib isn't out there. Surtain wasn't out there. And there's some, even when they had Surtain, best corner in the league, generational talent, amazing, these are not like dudes that we would think would be putting up this kind of numbers, this kind of support for their offense. Like, so it's kind of, I was looking at Vance like he must be doing something crazy different or crazy right. But these players are really stepping up when they should. Is there a guy that we need to be given love to? Because the fact that they were able to do it without Surtain, who is the one big name, who's the person we should be talking about more?
Yeah. Oh, Riley Moss. I think his counterpart opposite him. You know, I think he's playing great. He started a little shaky, you know, but this is kind of his rookie year, and he's improving every week. He's bigger than, you know, you never realize how big guys are and how tall and prototypical guys, you know, at the corner position until you go see him. So I got to go see him, see his body movement, and I think he's going to have a hell of a career. You know, him and Surtain is going to be a nice duo. Jaquan McMillan, the nickel, which he caused an interception last night, which Broncos scored on last night. He just makes plays. He the way I used to tackle and be aggressive and try to take away the middle. I feel like he's one of those top guys. He has to be in the top 3 in the nickel, you know, around the league. So I think he should get a lot more notice. And also Zach Allen, you know, I think he should be up for All-Pro. He should be up for All-Pro for the pressure he's causing in the middle. You know, he's making an impact, kind of like he looks kind of like J.J. Watt sometimes.
Really? I love to hear that. We were hearing a lot about, it was kind of, I was sitting with Surtain in training camp in Cortland talking about Riley Moss, and he wasn't being talked about a lot, but I could tell by the way Sean was talking about him that he was going to get, you know, he was given the Jason Sehorn comps, all of that. So, but Chris, I know you're laughing, but it's a thing, right? But Chris, you giving him love is huge.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like his game. I think he's getting better. And that's what I like to see. You want to see guys improve each week, you know. And he struggled early, I think, versus the run and a little bit on the line. But he's improving every week. And that's what you want to see. You know, I could see Pat, you know, Surtain is probably the most disciplined corner in the league that goes along with his fundamentals. So he's helping them, bringing them that phase of his game. And it's slowing down. So I love the Broncos secondary. I love what they're doing right now. And Zach Allen, he's really the leader right now. Zach Allen, he's the guy that everybody should take notice up front when they watch the Broncos front seven.
I called Surtain, never mind. Surtain, I mean, he's amazing. We want him back. He's like generational. There's nothing to even talk about with him. I wanted to ask you just a little bit about some other things going on around the league. We have this return of Saquon, right? Saquon's going to MetLife on Sunday. He said he doesn't expect to be booed by Giants fans. He actually told ESPN, maybe I'm naive, but I'm pretty sure fans don't care anymore. Now, as a man who's gone from one division rival to another, is Saquon being a little naive?
I think he'll get booed. I think he will. Because he went to the Eagles, you know. That's like a deep-hearted rivalry right there.
Yeah.
So I think he gets booed and, you know, and because he's going to have the ball so many times and don't let him score, he's probably going to have a crazy, you know, celebration. So I think right now he's just, you know, he's playing Mr. Good Guy. But, you know, you heard what what was it? Was that Tiki Barber? Right? He was like, you're dead to me, right?
Yeah,
so,
there was a lot of that going on. Well, not just Tiki. If he said that, yeah, you know, if he said that, then you know how do you think the fans are going to feel? They're even worse, you know. So he's definitely going to get booed. I think Saquon scores 2 touchdowns in this game.
They're going to try to do whatever they can to stop the run, right, and make them throw. And I think A.J. Brown being back is going to open up the whole run game.
Okay.
Open it up for Hurt. So that's what they need. They need those guys to get healthy. And Saquon, I mean, he's right there. He's having a hell of a season so far.
Who wins this game?
Nice.
Who wins this game? You're seeing it here. It's at Giants. Saquon's return. You're seeing
I got
the line.
Eagles.
Eagles? All right. Eagles win on the road.
By 3?
Yeah.
I give him 3 points. I'll take that bet.
Okay, you take that back. Okay, I love that. Okay, I want to ask you about Davante Adams. Obviously, he's got Aaron back. Garrett Wilson's on the other side. Let's see. I'm looking at what you did against them. I want to look at that. You played against them twice in your career, okay? Famously held Rodgers to 70. Look at you. I love that you can say that. Yep. What a dunk. You held Rodgers to 77 yards in one game. Rodgers threw 22 passes against you in 2015, just 77 yards, which we love. What do you make of the Davante Adams addition? And, like, where does it, seeing those two on the field together, what happens in your brain?
They just have that chemistry, and they have that You know, it's something that you can do on the field, and it could be sign language, it could be, you know, something like this, or it could be a head nod. You know, they just had that quick, you know, chemistry, and that's what it takes to win. You know, you got to have guys that you're comfortable with, and I think he's very comfortable with Davante Adams. Him and Mike Williams didn't look like they had a good relationship, right? It didn't look like they did any practice, or it didn't look like Aaron believed in him. So, you know, playing with Mike, he was always a great receiver, always a talented guy, but, you know, he just probably didn't fit in with Aaron Rodgers. So I think Adams is going to be a nice trade.
Yeah.
You get a guy that he knows. I just don't know how Garrett Wilson feels, you know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like he wants to be the number one guy, and he just, you know, it just hadn't happened for him this year, you know? So hopefully Davante Adams can come in there and make plays, because they need something big to happen in New York.
Do you think he will? Do you have faith? Do you think they win this game against the Steelers?
Oh, that's a tough game right there. I think the Steelers win.
Really?
I'm going with Russell Wilson, and I'm going with the Steelers defense. I think the Jets offensive line is just very bad either way it goes. You know, Aaron Rodgers doesn't get a lot of time to throw. But I like the Steelers defense. It's at Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with TJ Watt, and I'm rolling with Russell Wilson this week.
You still have faith in Russ? Tell me. Talk to me.
I think he can still be he's still a starting quarterback. Right. I don't think he should be a backup, especially when you have 26 touchdowns, 8 picks last year. Right. I'm glad we got Bo Nix.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad the Broncos got Bo Nix, but Russell Wilson, to say he's a backup, I think that's a stretch. Right. He's still a quality, solid starting quarterback. So I think but I like Justin Fields too.
Okay.
Being 4-2. Right. That means something. That means you should have a chance to be able to keep your job. But Russell, you know, winning the Super Bowl, he has the accolades. You know, sometimes you got to put that ahead.
You're calling the Steelers win just because Aaron Rodgers is easy for you. You doing that to Aaron Rodgers is when everybody turned their head and said, oh, this is a no-fly zone, this is no joke, and then you went and won the Super Bowl. I remember. We appreciate you, Chris Harris Jr. Thank you so much for your picks, for your championship pedigree that you're adding, and for putting some respect on Riley's name.
Come on, man. Riley Moss, man.
That's your guy. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Later.
Bye, Chris. Later to you. Love that. Hammer, he's picking the Steelers. I'm surprised.
I am too. He clearly has a lot of faith in Russ and what he's going to bring to that offense, though.
Yeah.
And he's somebody who saw him, you know, obviously was following him pretty closely last year in Denver.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, I don't know. Some of these games these are good games, though.
I think this is my favorite week of the NFL season.
This is, yeah. I would not want to make, I'm glad we have KD.
You don't want to pick these?
I would say, like, really quick, like, why, I would never want to ask. I know I heard you. Okay, 25, great, perfect. We have guys Tank Dell coming up, great. I wouldn't ask, what would I bring up that I would comp him to Darrell and not Chris Harris?
Because he's different.
I know, but you're trying to get
Because Chris was more.
I know, but like it's still like.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that.
Because no, I got you.
The thought? Tell me.
I think the thought behind it is because Chris was a nickel and played it was basically a totally different position than Revis.
Champ.
Yeah. And different position than Surtain. Yeah. Yeah, but no, I totally get it. Yeah. Yeah.
Back on Up and Adams, we heard from Christian Watson earlier. Big Packers-Texans game. Let's hear from a wide receiver on the other side of the matchup, making a name for himself, not that he needs to, because it's the best name in the NFL. Tank Dell is here to talk about Stroud, Lambeau, and all of it right now. I know what I want to talk about, Tank Dell. I want to talk about the great game they had this past week. 7 catches, 57 yards, I believe, and that touchdown, your first score of the year. How did that feel?
Yeah, got to give all the glory to God. You know, it's a blessing to get in the box again, but I feel like it's still more out there for me. You know, 57 is, I can do more. I feel like there's a lot more on the table that I can, you know, do, and it's just a blessing to go get the win and contribute and things like that. But it's more out there for sure. Me and Seven did our little dance that we always do.
That's what I thought. What's that? What's the story behind the dance?
Man, that's something from Cali. You know, that's something he taught me when he first got here. And since our rookie year, like our first time scoring, you know, we've been doing it, and then it just carried on. Every time we score, we do it. So,
is there a route or a play that when CJ calls it or it gets called that you start smiling because you're already it's about to happen? What's your favorite call?
I wouldn't say I got a favorite one, but I remember one from last game when we had like a Dover route with the post. He threw it. It went to Diggs though, but my eyes was lighting up. We got the coverage we needed, and Diggs was wide open. He just chose between the two of us, but it was a great play.
I like that you're saying that you can do more. I like sort of the relentlessness of it. Do you take a minute to celebrate? Do you have these moments where you're like, that was great?
Yeah, but during the midst of the game, like of course we like with our team, we have a lot of what you mean, like celebration as in like scoring touchdowns?
I'm like, you had 57 yards and this touchdown, and you're like, yeah, but I could do better. What is that?
Nah, not with that. Nah, I wasn't celebrating that. It was that's just routine plays that I was making. You know, I feel like with me, I'm more of a like with me, like you got to make the routine plays, of course, but I like to make explosive plays also. So I feel like it's more out there that I can go do. You know, with the big ball, deep ball, just making more catches and doing more. I just feel like it's always more to do. So it's just my mindset.
Your wide receiver room was talked about a lot in the offseason, adding Diggs. Nico's out now. You have this awesome group in there. How would you sort of describe the vibe right now? What's the dynamic? Is there a leader? Is there somebody who's quiet? Like, take me through what that wide receiver room is like.
Leader. Of course, Stephon Diggs, he our leader, I say, but we all lead in our own ways, you know, like he's more vocal than everybody because he's been in the league for about a century. But other than that, man, we all like lead in our own ways. It's fun out there, you know. We all practice hard, so that's fun. With everybody like to compete within each other and within ourselves. And then, you know, I say the more quiet guy is Nico. Like Nico barely speak for real. Nico he get to work. Nico like to have fun, but he let his emotions speak for himself. Like during the game, it's like you see Nico speak more than he do like all week. You know, like Nico be talking, but like he more of a like let's go handle business type of person. So I say he the more quiet one, but you know we just all feed off each other's energy, and it's just great to have each other in the room.
What happens with Nico when he's not out there? How is he still a part of the team? Like, does he still, especially if he's quiet, how does he make an impact felt? Without being out there, without talking a lot.
We see him throughout the day, like meeting rooms and in treatment. He's in the treatment room all day now. So when we see him, he giving us motivational words like, "Y'all boys got to go get it this week," or "Keep building. You got another game to go get to," and stuff like that. So of course he's saying his little words every now and then, especially like keeping us like we got the next game to go handle. So just keep doing what y'all doing.
Who's the most competitive? You're saying Stephon's a leader. He's the loudest. Who's the most competitive in there?
Man, I have to go with myself.
Yeah?
I don't know. To be honest, I'm going to say myself, and I for sure, like Diggs say himself, Nika say himself, Mechie is competitive. Like everybody, Hutch, everybody competitive in the room, man. That's what keeps the room fun. Like we be making jokes like we'll be at practice, feel like Steve Sims would say something to Diggs like, "Man, you running slow," like, and then Diggs would say something else. Like, we'll just be going back and forth in the meeting rooms and stuff like that. So it's just a fun meeting room to have, and we all competitive.
With the roles that change or the additions that have been made or whatever, how has your role changed at all? Like, what do you, if you were to be like if I were to ask Nico Collins, what does Tank Dell bring to the table? What do you think he would say?
It's a good question. Probably like electric play. I bring energy, you know, when I'm out there. I bring energy. I'm talking throughout the huddle. I'm I'm selling out with the other team. I'm bringing a lot of energy, of course, and just like my electric playability, like at any moment I can make a play, I feel like, and they feel like that too. So I think he'll say something like that.
And I love that you are always striving for more. I do think you're the most competitive guy in there. And people speak so highly of you. DeAndre Hopkins, I know one of your faves, is like, for him to say stuff about you, what did that mean to you?
I mean a lot, man. He's one of the legends in the NFL, man. He's one of the greats. he's been doing it for a long time also. And for him to say what he said, like last year, my rookie year, he was like, it was something in between the lines, like I was going to be special and things like that. And that just gave me like a little good feeling like I can do something in this league. And it's other people who've been doing this thing for a long time that believe in me also. So it gave me a little bit of smiles on my face.
Does CJ give you enough credit?
Yeah, of course, man, of course.
CJ doesn't get enough credit. Like you're a guy, you guys are a lot. Like there's we're a vibrant group of dudes in that receiver room. Like how much credit should he get for managing all of that?
He get all the credit, man. Because without him, we wouldn't be doing what we doing. You know, he's the one distributing the ball and making sure everybody getting the ball and happy, and he's trying to make sure everybody getting the ball. And if he see like you're not getting the ball, he gonna try to go off schedule a little bit and try to get you the ball. He's just trying to find ways to keep everybody happy. And he know like we're a competitive receiver room. Like there's a lot of us that he have to feed, and
yeah.
So he try his best to just get everybody going early and often. So that's good.
What's the big focus? You got Green Bay. That defense is no joke. They're so aggressive. They're turning the ball over. That McKinney guy, like I don't even know he attracts the ball. It's like a magnet into his gloves. What's one thing you're focused on this week?
Getting the win, of course. That's the main focus. That's all we keep the main focus. So just getting out of there with a win. We know it's gonna be a slugfest. You know, they got a good defense and we got a good offense. And we got a good defense. So we got a good team. They got a good team. We got a good team. So we know it's gonna be a slugfest, man. May the best team win. We're gonna go in there ready to go win. You know, that's our mindset. So just gonna go battle.
Okay, well, it sounds like you were just full go ahead for this game against the Packers and beyond. And I mean, I guess I'll just ask you, does anybody in the NFL have a cooler name than you?
No, I don't think so.
Literally no one. I can't even.
But I ain't the only person that go by Tank. We got one, Tank Bisbee. That's my boy from Jacksonville. You got to tell him to change his name.
Okay, I will. I have a lot of pull. I have a lot of pull in that. I'll enjoy it with CJ. It sounds like you guys are exactly where you need to be, and you guys worked so hard in the offseason. And you do me a favor. I'll get Bigsby to change his name. You tell Danielle Hunter I say hi because he's the scariest player, and it's Halloween season.
Yeah, I got you. I will.
He's so terrifying. So tell him.
Get on there right now.
Tell him I say hello. Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.